It is opening night for the top 14 runners-up as we get to see CLERMONT in action for the first time in Season 4 of the GRC. And it will be yellow versus yellow as they face the Flakers for their first outing on the channel. Hello everyone and welcome along to your home of rugby and the Global Rugby Challenge, or the Subscriber Series, the series where you guys take the field against the world's elite and quite often against each other. Today is round 5 of the season and the Flakers are up against CLERMONT. Now this Flakers side is really starting to get cooking this season. They sit third on the ladder with a 3-win, 1-loss record from their opening 4 games so far, and their most recent results have been fairly impressive ones as well, taking out the lowly Toulouse 31 points to 14 in round 3, and then last round, round 4, they took out the Super Rugby champions, the Crusaders, in a very similar scoreline, 26 points to 17. This is a team that has slightly fallen under the radar with the highlight reel Pacific Tower at the top and the lowly demoralising All Flakes way down at the bottom. It seems like the Flakers that have slipped in looking very strong for season number 4. Their team heading in today's matchup has undergone a number of changes as per usual. Peter Matthews will start in the number 1 jersey and he'll be with Cesar Kukulska and Goro Asensio in the front row. Rui Valera will start in the second row alongside Chris Smith, and Francois Valentine will return to his number 6 jumper with Manuel Valera at 7 and Frederick Loeb lining up at number 8. Into the back line, Harry Wilson gets the number 9 jumper, and Josh Walpole, after an impressive match at fullback last week, will come into the number 10 fly half position. The midfield will see Pierre Valentine team up with normal fly half Tino Mahande in his second most favourite position, with Prince Mars Williamson on the left wing. Adrian Townsend impressing again on the right, and Luka Moscow makes his way from 9 to 15 for today's matchup against CLERMONT. Now the French team trying to stop the tracks of the Flakers is a team that has not had the best of season so far. They sit down with the All Flakes, but they have more wins than the Southern Hemisphere franchise. They're sitting 9th, so above where the All Flakes sit, with a 2-win. That's right, 2 wins so far, and just the 1-loss record on their name. They have had their 1 loss this a couple of rounds ago. It was to the also high-flying, up there with the Toa, Jaguares, who took them down 22 points to 11, but they bounced back from that very nicely, taking out the Glasgow Warriors 12 points to 11 in round 4. A bit of a thriller for the CLERMONT boys. They are sitting pretty in a position that could attack the front runners of this competition, and they'll be looking for today's performance to set them alight up against these Flakers. Their team for tonight will be as follows. Uhila will be on the loose head side of the front row, with Ulagia in hooker and Slimani on the tight head side. Sileki Tamani will be alongside Sebastian Vahamahina in the second row, with Gato, Kankure and Lee the back row for CLERMONT. In the back line, Morgan Parra and Camilla Lopez will be the halves combination, with the exciting and dangerous Wesley Fofana and Damien Pinot in midfield. Raka, Streetel and Tuiava will be the back 3 for CLERMONT as they look to set this tournament alight and go from the team that many people thought weren't even in this competition to a side to look out for. Danger is this team, but can they click against the Flakers? We will find out over the next 80 minutes, as it's CLERMONT who are sticking to their usual yellow and blue strips, and it is the Flakers who have gone with the change, the purple and yellow being the more predominant colour for them this time. As underway we go. Morgan Parra kicks high, and Cesar Kukulska drags the ball down for the Flakers, and they will have the football for the first time tonight. Wilson away to Valera. They get a bit of width on it as well to Townsend, who squirts out the back, and he's given the ball away, picked up there from Pinot, who swiftly loses it to Valentine as well. It's a terrible pass. Now it's Wesley Fofana who drags it in. Well, it's still a throw. You have a go, we'll have a go at the moment between these two sides. And now it's CLERMONT who are running it nicely, and they find room straight through the middle too. Lopez trying to find supporters outside, gets the pass away, can't call it into the corner, and he'll score the opening try. CLERMONT with a gift from the Flakers, and it will be Kankure who scores the opening try. That is an impressive start. Lopez with the pass beautifully from the base of the ruck, turned around the corner, gives it nicely to Fofana, who feeds his big open side flanker for a good little scamper into the corner. It all started with a big double turnover. They got the ball back to Clermont, but swiftly lost it through Pinot, and then got it back again with another intercept. It's been a game of topsy-turvy so far, but a little bit of stability for the first time, with points on the board for Clermont. Well, it all started, of course, Uligia, the man, the hooker, at the base, feeding off to his fly half, and here's Morgan Parra with the first kick of the night, and that is a good one as well. Started it off on the right-hand upright. Curls it back in nicely to give Clermont a 7-point lead. It's 7-0 over the Flakers. Well, we said in the intro they want to make a name for themselves. They want to really put themselves out there in this competition. They've been kind of drifting away as underway we go through. Josh Walpole dig down. Oh, great tackle from Townsend. And he put pressure on the breakdown as well. Here's Parra going short, and Lopez, well, had to rush that kick away. Luka Moscow trying to keep that in. And Isaiah Tuiava gives Lopez the nod of approval there, as the kick goes up towards the halfway line, just short of it. And throwing in will be Kukulska. Goes to the back, and it is Valera who finds Wilson, who just about snuck away at the back of the line out. Here's a Townsend run, and Pierre Valentine. Oh, the space opens up for Pierre Valentine. A little grubber kick in behind. Mahane gets chase. Who will win it there? Wesley Fofana is the man. Damien Pinot at the back, picks and goes nicely. Finds it out. Samani, great offload to Fritz Lee. Gets up to the 22, but isolated and hangs on well. Pick and go from Parra again, but Zaza Kukulska damages Morgan Parra. Oh, that's a huge blow. Goal kicker and in-play playmaker. Morgan Parra looks like he's injured, and he is going to go off, and Kasang will come on to replace him at 22. Well, there is an injury and a half.
Crouch.
How will this affect the game now? Here is Kasang, the man who's coming on at scrum half, and he feeds a scrum. No Morgan Parra. That is a huge blow for the leading team. And the Flakers, oh, they've hit well very late. This could be a scrum turnover. It is. Frederick Loeb runs. Loeb looking out wide for Williamson. Prince Miles Williamson wants to beat his shoulder forward pass. Looking for Tino Mahande out the back of the hand, but he couldn't feed a parrot with a pass like that. It was a shocker. Mahande was miles in front of him.
Bind.
Maybe he should have hung on to it there. Another chance has gone begging for the Flakers. They still trail by 7 as we... Well, that's a great scrum there from Clermont. They feed it away. Oh, Lopez read like a book from Harry Wilson. 5 metres out of their own line. Tuiava just gets his kick away. And Luka Moscow waits for it at the back. Moscow, well, he was lining up a shot at goal. Finds Walpole instead. And isolated here. No one's waiting to help him out. Valentine eventually says we'll give the guy a go. And a slow ball back here for Harry Wilson. Wilson runs. Harry Wilson gets the nice ball away. Valera, great pass to Townsend. One to beat Townsend. And he leaves Tuiava for dust. That's what he's done all season. Adrian Townsend puts another try in the book. He is a go-to player, and you've got double danger with Prince Miles Williamson and Adrian Townsend on your two flanks. Rui Valera did very well there. Pops it outside, and the finish was put on a platter by Adrian Townsend. Exceptional work. The offload from Valera, great to see. And then poor old Isaiah Tuiava, he read that just a little too hard. Townsend with a harsh step off his right foot. And he leads Tuiava for dust. Josh Walpole had a great match last round against the Crusaders. Good kicking display, one off the stick. But overall, led his team from the front whilst playing at the back. Here he is with his first shot of the night here against Clermont. And it is successful as you would expect. The 10 on his back tonight, and he has looked very assured with it as well. As we make our way towards the half an hour mark And it looks like Osai has taken over the in-play kicking duties from Morgan Parra. So no joy for Camilo Lopez. It's taken down from Francois Valentine. Sounds like Kukulska jumps in quickly to help out. Harry Wilson waits through to the back. And again, he runs to Wilson. Oh, he runs to Wilson into a brick wall. Oh, and another entry now. Harry Wilson goes down with a blow to the shoulder. Well, tonight is not the night to wear the number 9 jersey on your back as we see a replacement, Harry Wilson, coming off. And it is Bernan Ankahan who comes on to replace him. Of course, Ankahan played a bit of the game last week. He played in the number 10 jumper. So let's see what he can add to this Flakers team. We've got 2 replacement number 9s on the field. How will this affect the game plans of these 2 teams? Oh, great scrum, Clermont! They'll turn this ball over just like the Flakers did to them earlier in the game. Now we've got Kasanga going to the left-hand side. Big pass out wide. And he gets it eventually out to Raka. Takes it on the tackle of Townsend. And they go short this time. What a pass! It wants a little play there from Slimani. The dummy. Beautiful, but Kukulska turns it over. And now Peter Matthews runs wide. He's got away to Pierre Valentine. Looking short, but he gets it eventually out to Brett Williamson. Gets away from one and throws it straight into a Clermont player. Up goes the high ball. Kasana goes very high. 5 metres short. And it's claimed. Oh, Clermont! Brilliant work there. 5 metres short now. Here they come, and picking a go. No way through there.
Release.
10 metres out now. Here's Slimani again, trying to replicate that last brilliant run that he just took part in.
Release.
Goes a couple of metres closer. Running in his Streetle. He'll play scrum half, and he gets another heavy tackle here from the Flakers defence. This time it's Uhila. Oh, on Uhila. Great little play from him. He finds his front row partner, Hulagia, who takes the tackle just 6 metres short now. Pick and go this time from Lopez. Oh, Bahamina. Out to the midfield it goes. Big chance, calculate back to Lee. What a pass! Oh, flying into the midfield. Where's Wesley Fofana? Great into play there. Here's Uhila again. Nice little pass away, and it is the replacement. Castana, who takes it on. Wide, looking for the one-on-one play. Wesley Fofana can't quite get away from the clutches. Great defensive work in the corner, and into touches goes Fofana. And the half comes to an end with an absolute flurry of chances for the visiting team. 7-7. The half ends with the Flakers and Clermont unable to be separated, and this game is as tight as anything. Possession and territory both nudged by the visiting team. The way this game's gone, a try can be scored from anywhere. We've seen both sides with chances to put points away, but they've just struggled with the finishing. 3 line breaks to 4, and look at those tackles from the Flakers. Massive, massive difference in the tackle count there for the home team. All in all, though, it is all tied up. Where it begun, 0-0, now 7-7. Will we see a decider? Will we see a breaker? We find out. Second half coming right up. Flakers, Clermont, 7-all. And of course, 2 injuries as well to the number 9s. So no Harry Wilson as Ankahan, who is on in his place, and no Morgan Parra, which sees Kasana on in his place instead. Here is Josh Walpole, who is doing all right in the number 10 jumper, gets his back underway, and good chase here from Chris Smith, but he doesn't find a way through there. As here is another chance. Uliga getting a nice pass off to Gato. And Uliga is really getting involved in this game. Here's Kasana away and a knock on. Oh, big error there. Now a real big chance for error. Fights his way to the 22. Ankahan picks it, he goes, gets away to Smith. Smith looks left. Oh, that is absolutely terrible. And poor old Prince Buzz Williamson from a try-scoring opportunity, it goes to a real scamper to try and get the ball back as Valera spotted a hole. And we go back for the scrum, which both teams have had a fair nudge of these scrums as well.
Bind.
Ankahan to feed.
Set.
Of course, these 2 packs. Oh, here it is, Clermont again. Another big shove, could see another turnover. Oh, but the Flakers hit back. Where will this ball go? It's bumping the ground like a pinball machine there. Frederick Loeb, running, and straight and hard, and Wesley Fofana. Waiting for it at the back there. Asensio spots a wee hole. Low, no, it's Valentine. Ball away down Pierre. Valera looks to his right. Josh Walpole! He'll get the try! Talented unrequired. And a try scored for the Flakers. Big try. Massive, massive finish. All come from a big fight. A massive battle with the scrum. Valentine absolutely smashed. But a great change of directions inside and outside from Manuel Valera. The finish applies finally from the number 10. Here it was. Pierre Valentine had to do something. There was another loose ball. It was picked up beautifully. Josh Walpole, you've seen him floating. He took the inside line first, and then when it all went a bit to custard, he took the channel on the outside. Adrian Townsend still on his shoulder. Didn't need him. But he's having a great season, isn't he? Josh Walpole, a name to watch in Season 4. 51 minutes has ticked by, and we have our first lead for the Flakers in this round 5 clash. Its injuries are plenty. It's all going on. Well, we finally got a leader for the Flakers. It is 14-7. And now the real battle starts. Do CLERMONT find a way back? Or will it be goodbye and good nights from the Flakers? Aside Tuiava gets us back underway with a deep kick down into the Flakers 22. Smith away to Asensio there, spotting something here. It's Peter Matthews. He's got support on his right as well. Oh, he's missed out Walpole and gone for Valera. It's been intercepted by CLERMONT, and a try has gone quickly begging. Look here, great pass out wide as well. Finds it to Seleki Tamani, who's trundled his way to the 22. Surely a penalty it will be. Oh, there was purple jerseys waiting for the big man to go to ground. And a real gimme of a penalty there to the Flakers. But a great break. You've got to give it to Seleki Tamani. Walpole looks for the sideline, and he just gets it as well. Vaha Mahina tried his best to haul it in. But couldn't do so on this occasion. Flakers opt for just a 5-man line out. Rui Valera, Chris Smith, they're the go-to, and it's Valera at the front. Ankahan gives a nice away to Walpole. Low, Frederick Loeb! What a little run by him! Fires it wide, Valera! Oh, it's all but desperate. Oh, Prince Miles Williamson! Here's the finisher! That's what you want, and that's what you've got! He's been trying desperately hard to get on the ends of those passes, and finally, Prince Miles Williamson has the opportunity. It was 8 on 8. Frederick Loeb running away from Fritz Lee. And then a couple of desperate throw the ball out, hope for the best passes from the Flakers. Finds its way to Prince Miles Williamson. Well, it was Manuel Valera. He was involved in the first one. And the purple kits of the Flakers rejoice yet again. He has been such an X-Factor addition to this team in recent seasons, has Prince Miles Williamson. And he has scored an absolute pile of tries in his time as well. Another one to the total. It's Josh Walpole, who was also in that play, passing off to Frederick Loeb as here's a conversion, curls it round. And another successful 2 as this game slowly but surely is flying away from CLERMONT. Started off valiantly, but with the loss of Morgan Parra have certainly lost their way. And Asai Tuiava hasn't seen much ball. He's not seen much in hand or at foot apart from kicking off as Kukulska gives to no one. And Manuel Valera changed direction. Ankahan does icy out Prince Miles Williamson. Here he is again. Prince Miles Williamson. An average little rubber over the top. What an offload on Valentine. Oh, you don't believe it. He's knocked it on. The try line begging for Francois Valentine. Prince Miles Williamson, what more can he do? He beat the defensive line, he chipped the fullback, he drew the last defender, he gave it away to Valentine. And the hands let the big man down. Another scrum. Another massive battle between these two packs. Kasana feeds and Kasana waits. Away to Lopez, offloads nicely to Fofana, turns it back aside, and Fritz Lee now finds heaps of room. Townsend chases him hard, and this surely be another turnover, will be Pierre Valentine. finds Smith, numbers out here inside. Peter Matthews gets it away to Kukulska. They're looking, they're waiting. It's Tino Mahunde, and welcome along to bonus point territory. Tino Mahunde scores, and the fourth try is there for the Flakers. Second half demolition job. It's all fallen at the hands of Morgan Parra for Clermont. One has to feel. Zaza Kukulska and Peter Matthews, two front rowers, combining to put away outside centre Tino Mahunde. Didn't have the pace to get away from Tuiava, but had that head start. And here you see it, the chase coming in. It was always going to catch him, but they needed another 10 metres. Ali Raka and aside Tuiava, those two are no slouches. They just didn't have enough field to catch up on little Tino Mahunde. He's had a storm of a game as well, has the little fella. And Josh Walpole will put this one to bed here. 26 becomes 28. 4-try bonus point, that's 5 for the match. In the bank now for the Flakers as we wind down the clock with just 6 and mostly a minute to go. Clermont, their time is done. Another try will give them a little bit of confidence, but they've not put in the performance they would have liked in the second half. Here is Ankahan.
Release.
And he's taken down and backwards. Pick and go from Rui Valera. Mahunde cuts back inside and Mahunde goes through. Is there another one on the offering? Francois Valentine, Pierre Valentine, and one intercepted by Raka. And now here comes Clermont. Pinot takes the tackles.
Release.
One end to another. This has been entertaining if nothing else. Lopez out wide. One to be for Kankore. And Streetel to get away. He will from Mahunde. David Streetel scores. And a little bit of a joy goes back to Clermont. What a passage from both these sides. Throwing the kitchen sink at this finish. And it will be Clermont that finished the job with the biggest smile with that last try. David Streetel out in the wing. And no one to stop him. Prince Mars Williamson far off his mark. And only the chase from Tino Mahunde there. Kankore took out Prince Mars Williamson. Mahunde looked to cover the wing, but he couldn't get there in time. Here's a prodigious finisher. Here's Streetel. He caps a very exciting backline that will trouble sides this season. They started well here against the Flakers. They finished well against the Flakers, but they conceded 4 in the middle. And here is a great looking kick off the upright as well. Camilo Lopez, welcome to the game. 28-14 will be the full-time score. There's no bonus point for Clermont. They are one try shy of that, but it is for the Flakers. A 5-pointer in the bank. And they will fight their way up the table now and challenge for the likes of the Pacific Tower and the Jaguares for those top 2 spots. The Cream slowly but surely rising to the top, and the Flakers certainly are part of that equation. Well, there was a very experienced look about this team. The Valentine boys putting in great performances of the hard work that don't often get the credit. But 4 tries to 2. There was 1 each for all the try scorers. Josh Walpole, Prince Mars Williamson, Tino Mahunde, and the impressive Adrian Townsend grabs another one as well. Walpole, again, impressive with the boot. 4 out of 4 from the tee. As for Clermont, it was Kankore. They started off with a hiss and a roar, but then the injury to the first conversion getter, Morgan Parra, really killed their momentum. It killed their flow, and it killed their game plan as well. They come back late. David Streetel with the second. That was converted off the uprights from Camilo Lopez to give them their 14 points. Well, the game was evenly poised at the halftime break, 7 points apiece, but the Flakers did blow it out in the second half. A really impressive 21 points to 7 second half after a 7-7 all first half scoreline. The possession was well on their side as they dominated pretty much from 40 to 70 minutes of that second half and scored a boat full of points to go with it. Both sides suffered an injury to their number 9s, which we're going to check out. Harry Wilson and Morgan Parra both going off with injuries, and line breaks are plenty. Boy, it was an exciting game. Let's give the Clermont boys something. They did try, and they got just about as many. 9 line breaks to 8 as the Flakers. so they've got to take that as a positive. The finishing ability could have been just that little bit better. Overall, though, an exciting game. Plenty of breaks, plenty of chances, and also plenty of tries. And while we're on the topic of plenty of tries, next up for the final game of round 5 is the Pacific Tower, and they'll be taking on the lowly Toulouse side, another French team in action, before we see Leinster and the Crusaders going head-to-head to finish up the round. Then we move into round 6, where it kicks off, just so you know, with a very exciting subscriber battle between the Celtic Dragons and the Guardians of the Crib. Flakers will take on Saracens, Toulouse will be up against the All Flakes, and the Crusaders will take on the Tower in the final match of round number 6. Well, there is quite a change at the table front, isn't there? The Flakers, for the first time this season, lead the table. Although they have played the extra game, the Pacific Tower still have to play as well. And the Jaguares, of course, on the bye this round. So, a game in hand for those two teams to take back their top spots. The Guardians of the Crib, they've only played 4, but they've played this round. They sit in 4th position on 14 points, with the Celtic Dragons right behind them. And of course, like I just said, those two clash game 1 of round 6. For the All Flakes, however, it's bad news for those boys so far. Down in 10th position, 3 losses in their 1 win, and 2 bonus points as well for their 6 points. They need to win big in their next outing to try and fight their way back into that top 6. Speaking of the top 6, the Glasgow Warriors are the other side, hanging in there with a 1-point lead over Leinster and the Crusaders. It's still been an exciting season as we head our way through the midway point now of the season. It is a 13-round season, and we are trucking our way through round 5 and nearly into round 6. Which leaves us with one more game for round 5, the Pacific Tower versus Toulouse. That will be coming very, very soon as well, so make sure you check it out when it does come your way. All the Tower boys looking pretty full of confidence up the top near of that table there. And a bit of a battle, though, with the Jaguares, and I can't wait for those two sides to meet later on in the season. That is today's episode done and dusted. The Flakers, a big win over CLERMONT, who we've seen for the first time. I'll be back again very soon with the Tower versus Toulouse. Until then, thanks for watching, and of course, take care.